Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Jana Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Jana. Naren singing, Sri Ramakrishna and others listening. The inner longing is being expressed on one side, and the state of realization of the ultimate destination is also being explained. The Satyam Shivam Sundaram, the one who is eternally auspicious, at all times one who seeks intensely the welfare of the individual jivas, the auspicious, and longing to take them back to the source that God is. In and through many lives the jiva passes through, and we see the constant, sometime going along the path of evolution, sometime falling into the whirlpool of involution. It rounds and starts evolving. But the innermost content of that jiva is the absolute pervading everything, all that exists. And here we see the awareness within oneself at the depth of one's being is I am that. Tattvamasi Aham Atma Brahma. I am that Brahman, I am that absolute, that constant inner, the depth of our being. When we are not awake state, when we are not dreaming, when we are not in the deep sleep also, after crossing the everyday after sleep, we see the innermost core we enter, leaving the stula sukshma karana sharira. We enter into our own existence and start expanding in the universal consciousness. There we see retaining that inner sun, only the superficial light of the sun is alone reaching to the bodily level. The sun being there, the Atman which is unaffected by anything, and that is the eternal bliss absolute is there within as it is. Its light is projecting the manifested consciousness and the existential consciousness, Atman, and its light is flowing out. This, if the layers are transparent, one can easily see the God sitting with the mind, God sitting within, and see the divine in all beings. But the layers are now become opaque or translucent because of the karmic load, the vasanas. Vasanas are obstructing the inner light to come out. But within is that fire is burning, that light is burning within itself, and nothing is going to happen. At the bodily level and mental level, there is bondage and suffering. But the inner self, the identification with body-mind complex is giving all the problem. The day you dissociate from the bodily existence and live in the same waking state and dreaming state you pass through, you are not body, And what would be that state of experiencing yourself at all time being the bliss absolute, being in the body? So that experience, the jiva has to, that innermost awareness is flashing out. To attain that, all these layers that are covering are weakening the signals from the inside. So Naren is longing, the Satyam Shivam Sundar is within. Where do you see peace? The peace is within you. Buddha says this one expression. Where are you searching for peace? You will never get that in the external world. The peace is within you and you are searching where it is not. Outside. Outside you will never get peace. You will never get any kind of real happiness, the bliss, or you have any freedom here. You are bound, the body's condition you are accepting as mine and going through the problem. So the peace, bliss and love, all the three are within you. And that is where we have to go. And he is telling that he who is all good, beauty and truth, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, will light the innermost shrine of my heart. The Lord is sitting within, and from my side the light is obstructed. From me, as if the darkness is falling on the image, I am not able to see the image. From that side, light is there, and when will you enlighten that? When will you lighten the shrine within? That is, the inner light must be able to come to external vision of mind, understanding. Will light the innermost shrine of my heart. Oh, when will dawn for me that day of blessedness? Shiva Satyam Shivam Sundaram Rupam Bhati Mama Hridaye. It is shining within. I am not understanding. I know. Scriptures say, my Guru says, all saints say, it is within you, not outside. Satyam Shivam Sundaram Rupa Bhati Hridi Mandire. In the Hridi Mandira, it is the bodily existence is the residence of the Lord. Sri Ramakrishna also said, Baitakhana, the visitor's room. God is sitting within, and the whole Ratha Yatra and all that we are doing is indication of that. Body is the Ratha. Scriptures also, Upanishad, it is told Sharira as the Ratha and the Atman as the Rathi, one who stays within. So this bodily existence is where God is residing. Hridi Mandira, it is called Hridi Mandira. The whole bodily existence is like a temple, and the shrine, sanctum sanctorium, is the heart where the God resides. Rupam Bhati Hridi Mandire. In the heart, in the temple of the heart, in Guha of the heart. Scriptures uses the term Guha, cave. Cave, it looks from our side like cave. As you enter it, you will see that you are going deeper and deeper into yourself till a door, 10th door, opens up. You go on entering. It seems, oh, it is still there, it is still there. Like when we see the sea, vast sea, miles away we see the sea, and you have to walk miles and miles to, same thing happened. to Kailas Manasarovar. Kailas, when we went, it was looking so near. Walking for about 2 kilometers. Then we saw the distance is same as it was. And then we heard it's more than 10 kilometers away. So it is like that. The Riddhi Mandira, the cave we are entering into, deeper and deeper and deeper it takes you. And there you find the door. You will cross the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. By that time you are not aware of the external body or the external world. And when you enter such a depth, you will see that the door is there, closed. That door has to be opened. Knock, it will be opened. Ask, it will be given. So you go on entering to that depth every day, go on tapping, waiting at the door, and one day the door opens that you can fall within. That is, you land in a different dimension of consciousness, Chaitanya. So here, Rupam Bhati Hriday Mandire, the term Hriday Mandira, it is on that basis the external mandiras and all that are built. Even the temple is built in the same form as if the jiva, a person is, a human being is lying down. Even Vastu Purusha, when Vastu Homa we do, we see the Vastu Purusha is drawn diagonally, whole that square being occupied by him. So our temple is image of my existence. Temple we have built in the same line as the body to make an objective manifestation, to clear our mind and make us understand. You are the temple, God is within. Everywhere, wherever there is invocation of God, it is the image of the jiva. Shankaracharya says, what is this worship you are doing? A image you are taking and decorating it. And that image, he says, is the mirror of your own inner, the temple and the inner content. And you see that it is being. Now, when you want to comb your hair or put on ornaments or see how your face is, you can never see. So also inner God you cannot never see till you transcend. So the image is kept, which is the image of the Lord sitting within. And just like you see the mirror and decorate yourself, whatever you are doing worship is for the inner self, inner God, God residing in your heart. So temple as mandira or temple as the place of God, residence of God, is an image of our existence. Hriday Mandire. First comes the Hriday Mandira, then people build the external mandira because they cannot see their own Hriday Mandira. At least that reminds you and makes the idea clear how God resides within you. The same thing, a moving Jangama, the person, a person moving about is God sitting and moving about in a car. The car festival, Ratha Yatra. Ratha Yatra is the man walking in the street. The same thing is brought out in the form of chariot or the car, car festival, Ratha Yatra. The chariot is made to is the bodily existence and God within, moving about, mobile God. Niraki niraki anudin mora dubibo rupa shagore. That we are going to get lost, dubibo rupa shagore, in that rupa sagara, the firmament of love, firmament of beauty, the firmament of bliss. In that I am going to get drowned. Yesterday we saw they are all the Satyam Shivam Sundaram is the acme, the ultimate in that field. And small beauty, small love, small enjoyments, momentary enjoyments capture us. And what to speak of that when once a person visualizes and gets dissolved in it, when he sees, can he restrain himself? And you can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all, Meera, in that ecstatic love of God, how they were behaving, how they were swimming in the bliss. From the worldly point, from our standpoint of existence, we can never understand what it could be. It's exactly like a blind man, thinking so many ways what could be a seeing, or what is that light people speak about. And if he denies there is nothing called light or there is nothing called seeing, it is all your mental thinking, imagination, there is nothing called. A blind man says it is true for him. He is not telling something lie. But it is a lie for a man who is able to see and who has eyes, who has sight. Like that people, we are not able to understand. We may accept or deny, it means the same. Acceptance will lead you ultimately, but in either case you are not a witness of it. You are not seen what it is. So the whole thing is to get drowned in that. Everyone wants to get lost. That individual existence is alpa and most painful. Why do the people take liquors? They want to forget themselves. They want to get lost in that somewhere. In love, in enjoyments, in drinks and things like that, where they forget the body and lie down somewhere. Get lost. This alpatva is painful. It's incomplete. Anything that is incomplete will not give you the joy. So best is not to exist. So that is the, or be satisfied with small enjoyments and you don't bother about the suffering and bondage it's going to give in return. That is the way how people live. So here the Naren wants to get lost. Niraki niraki anudin dubiba rupa shagare. I want the getting lost in that ocean of bliss, of beauty, of that form. Shedin kobe hobe dina joner bhagwanath. Shedin kobe hobe. When will that day come? When will that day come? This is going to happen. I will be witnessing the Satyam Shivam Sundaram and get lost in that Rupa Sagara, in that ocean of bliss and love and beauty. I want to. When will the day come? Dina Janer Bhagwanath. Dina Jana. How almost all people understand and feel. You ask anybody, oh, where is God and all for us? We are ordinary people moving about in this world. Almost every mouth. How is your spiritual practice going on? Any hopes? Nothing. I've been doing the same thing from last 20 years. I have not seen anything, nor there are any hopes, but I don't leave. I will go on doing and all that. And where is that? I am Dina. That acceptance is there. Dina Joner Natha. Bhagyo. The fortune. And why the moment they become aware of that Dinatva and go on telling it, express externally, they remain that. যে আমি পাপি পাপি বলে সে পাপি হয়ে যায়. The one who goes on telling I am sinner, sinner, he will verily become sinner. The one who is going on telling I am mukta, mukta, he will verily become mukta. Similarly, one who goes on telling I am dina, dina, he will verily become dina. Dina janer bhagwanath. And what is to be done is that the moment we understand the defects in us, I am dina, I am helpless, I am lowly, that feeling is there, it must be internalized, and the way it becomes the engine to go inward. It becomes an engine, you have to use it as a power to go towards, to express the whole thing with a sincere heart at the feet of God. Then God becomes that Bhagyanath. Fortune. Fortune has no reason why the term Bhagya is used, Bhagya is used is the fortune, fortune is called fortune because there is no reason behind why it comes. I have done lot of punya karma, then it is punya phala, not fortune. It is your merit, you have got back your merit. But this is not like that. The moment you turn your helplessness, your lowliness, your loneliness, all these problems, whatever you have, when you turn it to the divine, when you put at the feet of God, when we be aware of ourselves and go on telling others, we will be that. When we turn it towards God, offer it without telling anybody my defects, just offer it at the feet of God and use it as a power to go towards God. I don't have wealth. I go on telling I don't have wealth, I don't have wealth. Will not do anything. I don't have wealth. It must be a propelling force for you to earn that wealth. Then it has meaning. God has kept that. Understanding that I am Dina, the moment you turn it, Dina Nath, he becomes the Natha and he becomes the Bhagya. He becomes the fortune and the helpless. He is the helping hand for the helpless. So that's why Naren calls, once whoever is the author of this song, Naren is only singing, but the bhavas are expressed. Here, Dina Jana Bhagyanath, be gracious to me also. Whenever we praise God, it is like praising the child. Something we are expecting from that. When we praise a child, we want something he has to do. Oh, you are a good boy. Sit quietly. He is making a lot of mischief. So, when you say good boy, you will go and sit on a chair. With that expectation, we praise. Here, you are that. Why don't you help me? Why don't you make me come out of? When shall I sink at last, ever beholding him into the ocean of delight? Ananda Sagar. That Rupa Sagar, into that ocean of delight. Ananda the bliss, beauty, love in that ocean. Lord, as infinite wisdom, thou shalt enter my soul, and my unquiet mind, made speechless by thy sight, will find a heaven at thy feet. O Lord, as infinite wisdom, thou shalt enter my soul. Infinite wisdom. We are inviting God in various ways. Here, the aspirant is aspiring for such a mind. Where does it come? Buddhi, Buddhi Yoga, Dadami Buddhi Yogam te, Tam, Yenama Upayanti te. The Buddhi Yoga, you enter into me, it's a promise of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. I make that Buddhi Yoga with that Jiva, that he starts moving towards me. That's what he is telling here. Lord, as infinite wisdom, because small amount of wisdom will not work. I have to continuously use it from the reservoir which is never going to exhaust. Maybe whole lifelong program, or maybe more, a few more lives I may be needing. Constantly use that wisdom. Knowledge is different from wisdom. Wisdom is the practical aspect of knowledge where it becomes a saving factor. It saves man, then it is wisdom. It's application of knowledge in such a way. From so many things we have to save ourselves, protect ourselves, evolve ourselves, and move towards the divine. Everywhere there is a hurdle, inner problems, external problems. All this has to be managed, nothing can be avoided. And I have to tactfully, using my wisdom, even within. So many demons are there within, demons are there within. And I can utilize them. Krodha is there, jealousy, hatred, so many things are there. I can utilize in a positive way. Thakur says, turn it towards the divine. Whatever you have within, turn it towards divine. You have anger, show it to God. Why did you bring me into this world if you are not able to give vision to me? And look at here my plight, solve my problems, and see that I evolve in my spiritual life to see you, to meet you. Now I am utilizing all the, somebody scolds me, somebody belittles me, insults me. I can use that insult as an opportunity to go towards God and weep. I am converting that one thing to move towards the God. Some happiness comes, some joy comes, some support comes. Run to God for thanking Him with gratitude. When some pain comes, run to Him to express my helplessness, to express my incapability of overcoming this. So here we see everything, that wisdom converts everything in a such a comfortable way, peaceful way, a calm way. My doors are opening up. I am utilizing everything as a force. Insult is a force, happiness is a praise, is a praise or blame. Everything what comes, sukha dukkha, you can use as a power to go Godward. So that is what wisdom. So he is asking God to enter in him as wisdom. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.